Hello, my name is Joshua Timothy Sisk. I see my son. My son. This is my website. It hasn't been updated in a little bit. Anyways, I don't change it much. I add to it, but there's an order to this. This may look chaotic, and these are the notes that come out. But yet, I don't know. I just this note tells me exactly the time date that I need, what I was actually picturing, and what I need to ask about of importance. Now, looking at this looks like a bunch of scribbles, but I don't want to give it all away. But using the system I have, I'm able to mitigate time and place when money's supposed to just randomly show up and stuff like that. So, anyways, and it encodes ideas that I'm supposed to do that I know will make money, and I've already talked with people, and they said, they don't want me to stop the language process. They don't want to invest until I've completed a manual. So there's the problem. Even though they see it, they're like, I always tell them, I'm like, trust your gut. And they're like, my gut says you need to do this book first. All right, it's not that you won't be focused on the company. It's just this is of more importance. So, yeah. Oh God, I remember that lighter. This, like, fucked my life right here. This application, which is kind of funny because it started. I don't want to get into the more detailed things of I got to figure out how I'm going to organize this, because some of them are personal stories while other ones are factual data that I've posted. Now there's two different posts here. I started with this one and I kept running into, well, pi is not, it doesn't work like you say it does in this post. English alphabet is arbitrary, the placement, whatever. And I'm like, no, it's not. It is not. It's very much the shapes, the sounds, everything is orchestrated. They're like, no, it's not. It may have got similarities, it's coincidences. And I'm like, no, back to this. Like, I was trying to explain, like, this. Anyways, I, on more than one occasions, have walked randomly to a spot to find money. All right? When I needed money. It's like, you know when they say visualize it and then it'll happen? Well, I got past that point. I'm like, all right, certain points, if I didn't need the money, there's certain points in life when you're just like, okay, I am broke. Like, broke and I can't do this anymore. I just got to walk. And then you start walking, and then you're like, all right, I'm feeling a little better. Now, but the problem is it's like a homing beacon to what you're actually needed. Now, I actually need a specific amount, and usually it's exactly what I want. So I get the amount of money, $20, $50, $100, and then I go buy what I need, and the change then gives me the information. It is fucking weird. I can explain each one with an example, not personal, but a concept that will not make it all wishy-washy or magic or coincidental. But through the understanding of the correlations of the digits and how and I'm using English, but I know a different understanding of English than you do. So I've always told people in the past, I am speaking to you in a language and you're hearing it and you think you are understanding what I'm saying, but you are not. I'm speaking a literal different language, and the best way to explain it is the correlation between English alphabet and pi. I'm going to refresh that because I just added an image. So I'm literally speaking English as you understand it, but you are using it incorrectly. So, and they're like, well, why is your method, shit. Why is your method correct over mine? Because it is. And I need a year to explain that. And people are like, well, you have your year. You know, I know mine's right because 100 million people say it's right. And I'm like, correct. And the best way I explain it is like C++ to machine language. All right, machine language still can understand C++, but they have no error in their logic. It is a 1-bit change. That's what this understanding is. It's a 1-bit change, a exchange of the smallest whatever measurable you think you understand. Of which I'm pissed because then they're like, why aren't you a millionaire? Well, because it's not time. I don't understand money. You know, there's all sorts of different reasons, which in reality it's not. It's just like I don't want to push other people's decisions. All right, this is a large scale unification because without other people to point out my breaks in memory or logic, because it jumps. I've done this so much, I'm a professional at it, period. So what seems easy to me may be C++ for someone else's machine language. And I don't know that. I mean, you can say, a lot of times people say, well, that doesn't make sense, or why. That doesn't help me. Because what doesn't make sense? What specific item doesn't make sense? And then their argument then is, this picture altogether. I'm like, what part of the picture? They're like, the picture. And I'm like, I can't break this down for you. So then I start stepping through it. They're like, I understand that. How does that correlate to this? And I'm like, you're jumping around now. You pick one thing and focus on it. So anyways, it's been a lifelong journey. Anyways, the last chunk, the big pie chunk that I got was at 33, of which I knew I had to focus on it. And I'm like, I'm going to give up everything. Everything and focus on this. The concept that kept coming to mind is it's time travel. Mind you, this is before we knew of simulations. The Matrix was already out, but that wasn't really prevalently discussed. But I said, I know this is true. I know time travel will allow me to figure out an answer. And then I would just keep repeating until refining it, period. But do I want to do that? What would be the purpose to do that? What would be my driving force? Because I wanted my one person that I could say, no matter what, you are the perfect in every fucking reality that I've lived. Period. So, I had to create a language or a set to explain that, of which I needed one word to be said. The word yes. And it had to reign true in me in every ounce of my body based on the feeling that I had about pi back when I was 33. There is just like this, like your whole body just fucking knows. And anyways, this was said. It rang true. And then all this information, conversation, it's what I like to call a self-correcting process. So, and that's, and I just met someone recently before I did this, and this is kind of what it all came from, is a lady named Lindsay Black. Now, her catchphrase is, catch this, it'll buffer. Now, literally, her last name is Lag, so I understand the correlation and the idea why she picked up that catchphrase. Fucking awesome. So, anyways, my one that, anyways, does not talk to me anymore because this just like everyone else, they're like, I believe you, but you're not there yet. It doesn't ring true to me. So, anyways, I overload people with information and they end up just backing off. The only way, now, my one has the other subset to this. That's the only reason why I've made it this far. Literally giving me what I needed, like exact things. So not money, well, something, I don't know. No, except for the one time I found a pack of smokes that I knew were hers and I took them. I fucking stole them. I'm like, bitch, I still love you. I'm taking this shit. Anyways, that's for later on. Anyways, the problem now I have is that I need her for the book because I know she has the other half of this equation, just period. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, her life experiences, everything that she is, the way she processes, is my other half. All right? I analytically jump steps. Okay? She knows how to work me. She knows how to stop the memory jumps and then focus in on what it is. Period. That's it. That simple. I can train someone over the next course of 6 years to get to that point, or I can pay this person and then make them a professional of what this is. Me. So, I need your help. Is this worth, let's say, one book cost of, I want to be poetic and say $13.40 or $13.99. We'll just do $13.99, all right? But I was thinking $5. Now the $5 thing is for a website that I need to do. This right here, like literally my brain shows me through this process what to build next. There is a choice of usually 4 or 5 different items, of which I zero in on the most prevalently, not ambitious. They always look ambitious with small investments, and then they look like high risk, but they're not. What I'm saying is it's a choice. So, and of which I've written one down. I will go ahead and write this one down. BIC. I don't want to give that one away. Anyways, there's this. There's a drink company. Now you're like, BIC's already been invented. No. There's variation that is, it is like the new thing. Anyways, it is cool as fuck. But one thing at a time. That was supposed to be for 2025 after the book is done. Now, after, and I'm going to take a break moment, and I have these jumps where it seems like I'm very manic. I am not. My voice is just not keeping up with my brain. And then there's like, that's the definition of manic. I'm like, no. I am choosing the words that are prevalent to all of them and placing emotion behind them. Period. You are interpreting as such because you don't understand the English that I am speaking. And you're like, no, I understand the words. And I'm like, no, you don't. Stop saying that. One is not the other. See, with this system, even though there's this base logic, which I will put in the book, it will be different for you. It's a different language. Still, a shared understanding of English, it is a different language. It is you. It's how you make a cup of coffee. How's that? How's that example? Not everyone makes a cup of coffee the same. Period. That simple. It's coffee, not coffee. Your coffee is not my coffee. And then, like, if you get in the connoisseurs, well, then your coffee bean is not this coffee bean, that sort of thing. Or vanilla bean, or whatever the concept is. So, I guess I'm being a wine tasting snob. So, right now, I am arguably homeless. Period. I am, that's it. I need a place to stay that I call my own for the next year. I need it paid for. I need it done. I also need a working car. I have a car. I can fix the car for very cheap. I like my car, but I also need another car. I need a business car so that way I don't look like a homeless schlup. I also need a secondary car for someone that uses my car that we're currently sharing. Now, anyways, I'm not taking advantage of people. Haven't. I always pay back my dues, of which I have to pay. Never mind. My brain is branching off so quick, and I'm needing this other person to keep me reined in. All right, she is the only one that'll do it. To the efficiency that this information deserves. I hope that makes sense. She needs $75,000 for an entire year for a salary. That was the agreement. So, and then we left ways. She says, you come up with the $75,000? Fine. I will do that. So, that's what I need for her. So let's do this. All right, $30,000 for the person that's helped me out this past year. $30,000 for me. That'll pay for rent, car, basics for a year. So that's $60,000 plus 75 is $135,000. Simple. If we can do that in 13 chunks, let me go ahead and pull the calculator up. Damn it, my CAL. So we've got, I'll go ahead and do all the math. Third, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Times 2. Times 2. Plus 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. Equals that. All right. Divide that by, well, it will just, I said $13.99. Then there's tax up in there. So $13.99. I need 10,000 people, 10,000 books sold. All right, and if we do a digital copy, well, there's going to be videos. There's going to be all sorts of stuff because it's more fun to watch someone speak like a more. Never mind. Watching someone explain something on a whiteboard is so much more fun than reading a fucking book, in my opinion. That's why we have schools. So, okay. That's that. A brief, I will do the alphabet up top and then you can read that. This is the post on Reddit, the most recent one. I just did this. So, people kept telling me that the English alphabet is arbitrary. And they say, well, no, technically, or you get the argument, no, it's not. It was developed from Latin, which was developed in blah, 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 this long string. I'm like, no. Removing all that, because I can't prove that one was created from the other. You were taught that, and you accepted that as fact, because that made sense to you. I cannot prove that Latins actually developed this. Well, you can look at the character shape. No, I will not. Because all I do is speak English. I'm fucking American. So, anyways, the rule set is very simple. In a letter or a word, you take the first character. And that is the defining property for the rest. All right. Now, this may tell you to look at the end. This may tell you to look at the beginning. There's a logic to it, which I know. I've read the books. Now, the problem is these books aren't anywhere to be found. All right, but I know I read them. I know that. I've explained that. And everyone keeps telling me, no. And I'm like, anyways, pie. I want a piece of the American pie. Anyways, so I knew if I did some of that's that. This, to show my logic, I would have enough steps to rebuild the prior. So literally math is the 13th, 1-3, math, 1-3, 13th letter of the alphabet, first letter of the alphabet, 20th letter of the alphabet, 8th letter of the alphabet. There's 3 circles here. 3, 1, 2, 13, 1, 2, L, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? 0, 0. All right? There's the logic. All right? Anyways, and I broke apart English first and kind of worked it in reverse. And what I've said is that it doesn't matter where you start. It will self-correct if you keep pushing through it. It always does. That's how our subconscious works. That's how our body works. It keeps pushing forward. We don't think about breathing. I'm not getting into any of that. So that's Sales 101. Very frustrating because once I get to a certain point, they say, well, explain the basics. And then vomit happens. Like, it's like, what is the basics then? You know, so I'm like, okay, you turn the A on its side. Literally, 1 bump, 2 bumps, one there, 2 there. 1 point, 2 legs. Connecting properties of these 2 legs. Very simple. So you're like, well, how does that work at the end? Well, if you look at Z, you can place an A there, 2 legs. 1, 2, 3. Understanding of the triangle. 3, hence the shape. And then this goes into pi. So you always start at, and you can read the post, but this is everything from 4 on. Makes sense. It is that. All right? The whole thing of that written word. The word is laid right there. The whole thing is a process. It's a math process. Of which 1, 2, 3. You break it down. But anyways, you got 1, 2, 3. If you can understand that. 6. I forget this one. There was 3, 3, 3. These are C's. All right, so that's literally 3, 6, 9. So is that what? And that's a C. That's 3. This is 4. 4D. Look at pi for 40. I will do it right now. All right. Now, mind you, this isn't my computer. Sub. Pi. So you look up 16 for P, 9 for I. It appears at 40. Then you place 40 up here. 40. Of which, the key point right here, 40 and 70. So then you type in 70. And 70 is a self-verification. Now, this is pi. I understand that. You don't see that. So I go back to the other one. Because there's a 7 here. 70, 40. See, it's literally, it says it's 7040. Alright? It makes sense. It literally says 7040. Now, I didn't see this before. And there's so much shit that I don't see when I'm processing. So that's why I need the other person there to stop me and say, hey, do a quick drawing, of which I did on my YouTube. I'll go ahead and pull that up. It's my very first video on here. So, and this kind of fucks with people. They're like, you're really pushing this. And now this is what I don't understand. It's like, there's a movie about 12 alien discs that come to Earth, and on each continent. And then they each are tasked with figuring out if they're here for peace or whatever. But then they find out that these aliens speak with their coffee stains. And it's an all-encompassing language. Okay. This may have a loud volume. I'm sorry. I will go ahead and turn that down just in case. No, this is the wrong one. This is totally the wrong one. That's probably why it's not loading. Synchronicities 101. All right, stop. All right. So it's my channel. Videos. Jeez, I feel like a fool. Oh, anyways, so you go back to this, and some guy literally just posts laugh out loud. It's probably up here. Let's see, it's probably one. Anyways, laugh out loud, of which sparked my memory. I'm like, holy shit, I fucking forgot. Laugh out loud to me. This whole thing, say yes. So say is literally the culmination of This, say. It's in reverse. Say. And then I already explained yes in the prior thing. Yes. And then LOL. LOL is literally a part of math, which was fucking hilarious. Alright. LOL. Anyways, there's a different, but anyways, it is to me. So MELOL is literally meth. I'm not getting into that. There's an underlying structure that kind of, disintegrates chemistry 101. Ugh. Well, anyways, chemistry has its own little artistic scale to it, but it's the same fucking shit. Not talking about that. No, I'm not on drugs. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. Alright, so, let's see. Oldest one. 32 DVDs. Back to the beginning. So at certain times in your life, now you can, I'm not going to rewatch this whole thing. I knew I was speaking about pi. That was my core focus. I knew I had to depict a disc, DVD, to show the correlation between 40 and 40. And you can listen to this and you're like, well, it sounds like an art project he's doing. It was. It's the exact same thing that I'm showing right now.
And then try again.
Of which this is a different choice. Like literally I was going to, I would eventually like to get what I'm describing here. But that's different. I think it's near the end. Anyways, there's a point when I pull up pi and it has my name. Damn it. Okay, notification came up. Recording. I found that honesty during this process of why you had to do what you do helps aid oneself in clarity to avoid questions later on from other viewers. Okay, there it is.
Row is 72. The third row is 74. The fourth row is 7.
Alright. Now if I can get the setting to upscale, see it says auto 144. Alright, now it's loading. So, ironically, 1027 was a huge data dump as well.
And then the sixth letter of the alphabet is F. And then F, capital F in ASCII is 70. So then I added 70 to each one of those.
Okay. I'm going to pause this. Well,
and then that gave me that.
Alright. So, in essence, this is pi right here, 3.1415. Then you count them out. Alright, very simple. Then you add them to the side. And then, from there, you find 42 is the answer to everything. Literally, I just turned 42. Acknowledge the F. So, the sixth letter of the alphabet is F. F in ASCII is 70. 70 added to each one of these layers then produces H, J, O, S, which is my name, Joshua. Alright, anyways, this does a binary scale to how to draw a T from in a spreadsheet. I don't remember that. It's somewhere. I'll figure it out. It's super simple. Anyways, that uses binary to get the written characters of the letter T from binary 10101 type stuff. Okay. Anyways, so I now have now this looks like gray hair. This wasn't gray hair. It was just I have gray hair now. It is bad. I am looking like shit. I am looking rough. So anyways, this is me being as honest as possible. That girl saw me recently. That was probably the last time. No. There was, yeah, because I think that was after my mom had passed. I could figure out the date on that actually. So it was 11 months ago. Yeah, so it was either right before or right after my mother had passed. So there was all that my other one had to deal with. So, all right.
So, the first.
Ugh. Anyways, you keep doing this 96 thing, carrying the bottom to the top, and it'll loop back through to 169. It's a 20 set, 20 groups of numbers. So, back to that. $13.99 book. I'm going to say, let's just keep it 20, all right? Do you have my 20 here? Do you have my location? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see why I need this? All right, $20. All right, the $20, and everything will be open source. I'm not going to copyright it. Creative Commons 0, very much public use. Why? Because this system, we literally use this system all the fucking time. It's not printed in the way that I'm explaining it. So, how's that? I need the 100, well, I need more than 135 for 3 people, but 135, I'm not going to be greedy. Sounds good. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.